What's up, guys? Boogie back again with another video. Couple videos. So, happy holidays to you guys if you celebrate Christmas. So, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe, support your boy, comment down below so I know it's real. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so many videos we have to go through. Road to 10,000 subscribers. So, subscribe, man. Support your boy. All right, so let's get into it.
There's nothing wrong with getting married young. We just gotta be wiser when we're young. Why are we waiting to damn 22 to start dating anyway? When you leave the house, so most people leave the house at 18, you should be start dating then. You should start figuring out who the hell it is that you're trying to be with, what type of husband you trying to get with before you start sleeping with men. That's what Lady O was saying. We quick to have sex with men, but we not trying to sit here and figure out who's husband, who's leader, the stuff that y'all talking about. Who's the leader? Why I'm gonna submit to this leader. Like I guess Laisha, y'all saying that she's staying at home, stay at home mom and all that stuff. Picking a man that could provide and all the stuff that y'all looking for. We should be striving and looking for that at an early age. We're not doing that. We're going to school, ain't nothing wrong with that, but we're going to school, we partying, doing drugs, smoking, having sex, orgies, all this type of stuff that women, I'm not saying y'all did that, but women today are doing that. They're doing all of that. So when you move out the house and you're striving, right? You're by yourself, you're an adult now, right? At 18, then that's what you should be looking for. So by the time you are 21, then you can get married because you should be wiser. I got married at a young age. I don't have that story that Naomi has or whoever else got divorced and they got married young. I don't have that story.
Shots
That's not
fired.
me. So
Shots fired. Lady Di is shooting shots at all these women who are single moms and divorced. But anyway, she's right. The only problem is most of us came from single mother households. So we didn't come from two parent households. So we don't know the importance of marriage. Because the truth is, marriage or relationships, it's a skill. You have to learn it. Most of us were not taught. If so, the lucky few, the few of us, maybe our parents were still married together, were still together, but even then they were fighting, and even then they didn't teach us the importance of marriage. They didn't put emphasis on it. They just told us go to school. They told the women put your degrees first, never put a man first. We never saw our mothers serve our fathers. So most of us are messed up. So there's no way a 22-year-old is just gonna think about marriage long term if they are not taught that.
I became
My
wiser.
name's Katira. My name's Katira. You
No,
can
not
say
I
my
was
name.
talking about you. I don't know. I never met
Okay.
you. I don't know your relationship. I said Naomi, first of all. So get out your feelings. Second, you have to make sure that you are
You
ready.
you spoke in an example because I was the one that was married at 22. So that's why I
I
said
don't know
just be
that. I
respectable and
don't know
just say
that.
my yes you did. But
How I do?
continue.
I don't even know you. I've never even been on a panel with you. So get out your feelings. Like I said, I don't know nothing about you. When have you seen me on here lately? Like, are you serious?
Continue.
No, I don't need to continue. Let's continue just having this conversation since you want to go there.
Yes, because
Let's
you
go.
brought
I
up
like
20.
Lady
I was the
Di.
only one that said that I was married at 22. So you
Yo,
literally
I'm gonna play it. I like Lady Di. She got all the smoke for all these weird feminists. I like it.
talking
I
about my
got
exact
my
situation.
I got my husband at
So
22.
we're not doing it.
All right,
I got
all
my
right,
husband at 22.
all
I ain't
right,
talking
all right,
about you.
ladies.
Like I said,
Ladies.
Okay.
I'm talking about myself,
Okay.
ma'am. All right.
Can we?
Now, you can get wiser at a young age and you can find you a husband at a young age. We just need to get our head out the gutter. Now, I understand that women today are not doing that. They're choosing to, get married later and have kids later, but that's the destruction. Because, like Lady O said, all people are doing is having sex and having babies by
Mm-hmm.
multiple baby daddies, or even if it's just one. Y'all not looking for husbands. I feel like this whole conversation has been very selfish. It's been about me, and what I want to do. When it's supposed to be together, I don't see nobody trying to grow with no man. This whole conversation, I just hear this man has to be established. Not saying you can't get with a man that's established if he finds you and you are ready. Sure, get with him and then y'all good. But if he's not ready, then why we can't grow with men and then eventually all this lifestyle that you're looking for you will have at an early age. You're not going to be 45. Oh, I'm finally able to go to Dubai and go to fucking Africa. You could do that at 22, 25 because y'all not ready to grow with men.
And I don't know
Because they want the finished product. Unfortunately, they want the finished product. They want the man to have all the degrees ahead of time. They want the man to have all the money, and it's not just that they want the money, the man to have the money. They want the man to have the money to spend it on them. It's one thing wanting a stable man who has his career going, he has a good savings, he's not in debt. No, they want you to have the money so you can spend it on them. Very few women talk about I want a man who's stable because when I get pregnant, I won't be able to work anymore and I'll be a stay-at-home mom. They want the man to spend money on them, to take trips, to buy them Gucci bags and Chanel, to show off for the Instagram people and shit like that. So most of them just don't want a stable man. Because if it was a stable man, they would go for the guy who makes 60, 70,000 with no debt. They always want the guy in the six figures and on because they want him to spend money on them.
You're married as well. You're married too.
Yeah, I'm married and I got 5 kids. I just had one. I'm on my maternity leave. I don't work.
Wow, she got 5 kids? She looks good, man. Because some women, because it's not easy having babies, man. Some women really get worn out by just childbirth, but she looks good. 5 kids? I would never tell. Wow.
Like I
Wow.
just had a child.
Wow.
My
Okay.
child is 4 weeks old, literally.
Oh
Took
my
me a long
goodness.
ass break. But anyway, I'm out here. I don't work or whatever. I don't do none of that. I'm on here and I'm speaking, but I'm just saying, besides myself, I think that women should start young, not later. You just have to be
Hey,
wise.
will you
Like
stop
Bo or
sniffling
whatever.
on the mic, bro?
Oh shit, my bad. I thought my shit was muted.
To Bo's point, I just think that we have to be wiser. That's it. I don't think that people that are immature and don't understand what marriage is should get married. I agree to that, Bo, to your point. That is very true. But I do think we just need to start younger when it comes to relationships as far as understanding what it is. That's all I'm saying. We need to change up the game. We not doing that. And
Yeah, but we need someone to teach us. We need to see it in the house. The chances of someone getting married and prioritizing marriage and thinking about long-term future with a husband or a wife and they didn't see it growing up is slim to none. They may try it, but they're going to fail. If they didn't see their parents sticking it out, the first chance they get into an issue with a wife, with a husband, they're just gonna separate. Unfortunately, it's so hard, man. It's so hard.
instead, we're just saying get married later, and then we just dumb as hell by the time we're 30. Ain't nobody trying to start having no kids at 30. I said I want to stop having kids at 30, not start having them at 30. That's too old. I'm just saying that's to me. Now, I'm not talking about medical, some things happen where you can't have a child. I ain't talking about that smart person. I'm just talking if you are able and you are fertile as hell, don't wait. Because we all
Mhm.
have a life too. You want to be there for your child too, right? Like I don't want to be an old ass parent.
I agree.
Start early. Grow with your husband. That's a beautiful
But
thing.
when we start having those type of conversations, right? The problem comes in is where when we're talking about usually like the men that are good men, a lot of them were like really shitty and assholes when they were the same age as us. And a lot of
What?
us don't want to marry a shitty person and then let him grow in the marriage. I'm not going to lie to you, like emotionally,
What?
right? Because I tell people all the time, yeah, like I did get married super young. Well, like I met my husband super young and we stayed together until we got married, right? And the problem is like he was terrible at 18. He was. So the
Well, he was 18. What did you expected him to be Elon Musk and Bill Gates and the most genius in the world or something like that? He was 18.
thing is like what woman are you like saying is going to get married at 22 when the men are still in the strip clubs and the nightclubs and all the places that you say are not conducive for anybody to be able to build a relationship. And
What?
then here comes Darwin finna say the younger women need to marry the older men.
I'm gonna say, why would you marry an 18-year-old who's not ready? Like, I'm not saying you got to marry a
Exactly.
40-year-old.
Because they want to groom them.
No. I'm saying, why would you? That example that you gave, like, right?
Mhm.
I told you at 22, for me, I was wise at that time, right?
Well, no,
As far as
when we
relationships, I
got
would
married
hold
was
on,
us older.
I no, 22 is still young. I'm just 18 is just when you move out the fucking house. You're an adult, right? But I'm saying why would I, if you choose the wise path, right? You know relationships, you understand it, you're observant to the world, you see failure out there, you see baby mamas and daddies and they can't get it together. Why would you choose a man who was still at the club? That's not for you. That is not your husband.
I agree.
So if you have to go a little older, for me, for example, I at one point I thought I had to go older because you're right. There were men at my age that were not ready to be a husband, but I did not stay. I did not be with them. I did not stay with them. Right. So luckily for me, my husband is only 2 years older than me. He was wise as hell at his age. Like he was like 35, right? Like mindset. I just got lucky with that. I wasn't trying to go 20 damn years to get a man that has it together. You just have to don't give up and be,
I think we're giving the women too much credit at the age of 20, 22, as if there was a disparity of maturity, as if the women that were 20 and 22 wasn't trying to go on hot girl summers and just as reckless as
Exactly.
the 20-year-old go. If anything, even more sexually reckless, given the disparity in options between a young 22
Hmm.
year old baddie at the top of her prime versus a 22-year-old useless guy that's working at Walmart pushing carts. Like, what are we talking about?
Exactly. These women made it seem that the young guys are the dumb ones and the young girls are the ones who are smart, who are marriage minded. When clearly we see the whole girl summer shit going on. We look at the Instagram, we see what the 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 21, 20, 23, even 25-year-old girls are doing. They're not thinking about marriage. But she made it seem like as if when both men and women are young, we talk about 18 to 22, maybe 25, it's the men, the boys who are not ready for marriage. When clearly the women are focused on a rich man when they're expecting the 19-year-old man to have money of a 45-year-old man, which is never going to happen. But to make it seem like as if women, and I think this goes back into the whole stereotype and really it's just a lie talking about how women mature faster than boys. Yeah, maybe physically, but it's not like mentally. It's either and depends where you grew up. For somebody to be mature mentally at 19, both men and women, it's not about man and woman. It's about the environment you were brought up in.
So yeah, obviously you have to level up the range of the age bracket or increase the age. If you are 22 and you call yourself submissive and you want to start a family young, then yeah, you don't have to bottleneck yourself into an age bracket.
But I wouldn't advocate for that. That kind of leads into my point, though. I wouldn't advocate for anybody that's younger to get married and like push that narrative because I don't think I think here's the thing that I lean on a lot. I know for a fact that most of us that grow up in some type of ethnic background, your parents don't see you as grown. So what I hate is the narrative of um 18 to 23, your parents still see you as a child, but the dating pool still tries to make it seem like they don't see you as a child. The only
Why would
18 to
why would a
23
man
year
who's
old that you
dating
don't
you
see
see
as a
you as a
child
kid?
is the one you birthed.
Are
But
you going to
then
marry the dating pool or are you going to marry your parents?
Good question.
Why in the hell
yeah.
would you bottle your neck to the standards of your parents that's not vetting you to wife you or husband you? And there's a man that's eligible that's trying to get to know you and vet you. Wouldn't you align yourself to what he sees, his vision, how to market?
And if anything, the parents should help you select a man who's suitable for you at that young age. But most women these days, do they listen to their dads? No. They date their boyfriends, hide their boyfriends until they come up pregnant, and then they're asking their parents to help them out because the young boy they got pregnant with cannot help. They hide their relationships from their parents. So if anything, the parents should be helping these young girls choose better relationships and better men. They should vet their boyfriends to see if they're marriage material.
you don't think that's strange? You don't think that it's strange that like I'm okay, so everybody up here pretty much has kids. You would look at your child that's 18, 19, or 20 and see them as a child, but then you'll go out into the world and try
First of
and
all, I don't see an
pursue
18 and
that would be
19.
weird.
I don't see it. I
If
don't
you
see an
think that an
18.
18-year-old is a child, any 18-year-old
First
should
of
be a
all,
child.
I think we got to go back first. I don't see an 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old as a child. We're talking about a human being that can go in the military and
Mm-hmm.
become a trained killer.
I think that's a poor decision too.
No, it's
Well,
not.
see, now that's a whole nother different live. But to answer your question, I do not see these are grown ass adults that can go and get locked up and do a life in prison.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me that they can go and serve in the military and lose their life, but they can't properly plan how to be a father and a husband?
That's a good point.
Yes, because
That's a good point. These women keep claiming their brain doesn't develop until 25. That way, meaning they're too young to date. For some reason, a 20-year-old woman will claim she's too young to date or too young for marriage, but she's not too young to drive. She's not too young to go to the military. She's not too young to vote. She's not too young to drink. She's not too young to smoke. She's not too young to have sex. But when it comes to dating an older man or it comes to marriage, then they're too young. Then their brain can't process and figure out who's a good man and who's a bad man. That's crazy. Their brain is not too young to want a rich man and to want a man to spend money on them, but their brain is too young to choose a good man. You see how that doesn't make sense? They use that whole thing. Let me guess, she's about to talk about the frontal lobe is not developed. That could be the next thing she's gonna say.
technically we see it all the time. Couples in the military don't get married because they're good people. Because I'm saying
I was in the
young ones
military.
because they're good, because they believe in good marriage and Christian marriage. No, we see the 18 to 23-year-old crowd in the military getting money because it gets them some extra money on their check. Because they don't. That's not how they're thinking,
Okay,
because
you
they're
wanna
not
have
even mature enough
Nancy,
to
these
get there
claims
yet.
are very, very extreme and inaccurate. The whole bottom
No.
line is before we try to move the goalposts, can we at least understand that an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old is a grown adult?
Yes.
Not mentally.
Oh
What
my
you are-
God. So they are mentally. That's what I was saying. What did I say? She's going to use the frontal lobe excuse. 18, 19-year-old, they're not grown mentally, but they're grown enough to drive, grown enough to smoke, grown enough to, you know, get a job and pay taxes, grown enough to have sex, grown enough to vote, grown enough to do other things adults do, grown enough to go to jail if they commit a crime, but they're not grown enough to make a relationship choice? Seriously? This is where we draw the line? Grown enough to become single moms, but they're not grown enough to date? You see how stupid that is?
Be body wise, okay, cool. But mentally, hell no.
And
Well,
what
she is telling the truth. Well,
What
she is telling the
18-year-old
truth
y'all know
because
that's not still on the phone with their mama, getting their mama to help plan their doctor's appointments? No. What 20-year-old? What? These are
but she
young
is.
kids.
can, can, let's take out
All right, man. Now they're going to it. All they shout. Anyway, shout out to Lapeef. I don't know about you guys, but Lady Di cooked like she always does. So shout out to Lady Di. Man, I don't know how I can get on the part on my channel to discuss things, but maybe I may reach out. All right, new year, new things, guys. So thank you guys for supporting. But yes, Lady Di, I may reach out and just have a conversation with her one of these days. So fingers locked. All right, let's go to the next video. Let's go to Anton Daniels. Give me 1 second. Let's go.
Marriage isn't about love, it's about status. And that's why poor people typically fail at it, okay? Anything that has anything to do with status, you are pretty much going to see poor people fail at, lower middle class and even middle class, okay? But the reason is because there is no status for poor people to kind of distribute within or among one another, okay? And so when a poor person thinks about marriage, they're seeing it from the perspective of love. And because they don't really get like a boost in social status or protection on their assets or anything like that, because they didn't hold any of those things to begin with, what they end up getting is an exchange for survival, right? Because if they get married and the person actually ends up staying, then that means they have some type of stability and somebody to raise their children with, okay? But other than that, there is nothing else that they gain out of marriage. And because you can make someone perceive they have stability just by sharing the same feelings that those two people shared in their marriage, but without the marriage portion, so the legal portion existing, this is literally how poor people basically kind of jump into that whole narrative of like baby mama, baby dad, right? Because for them, that is the structuring of a family. The emotions are the same. Marriage or no marriage, the thing is exactly the same in their head, okay? Because there literally is nothing that they are truly like legally protecting for themselves, all right? And even when you think about getting married at like that socioeconomic level, the best thing you can walk away from that marriage with is child support for your children, because you are required to write that up in your divorce decree. If you just have a child willy nilly, you are not necessarily entitled to much or anything. Okay, you could take them to court, but it's still a completely different process. So, regardless of that, it is literally those two things. The reason why they get married is not the reality of what marriage is. And because marriage is purported as this idea that's based on love and emotions, that is how people perceive it at that level and below.
Honestly, before they go into it, I think that there is truth in what she said, but I think it's that's for women. Most men marry for love, and women get into marriage for business, for the provider part of it. So shout out to CGA. He said that the men are in love, women are in business. So I agree, but it's because men are the ones in love when it comes to marriage. That's why they propose. But women get married to a man if they think he can provide for them.
My girl.
You agree with her, Shampoo?
I kind of do. I didn't at first, but then I started listening to her, and she's right, because I guess she was saying poor people look at it like love. That's the way I look at it. I've been married 30 years, but I know what she's saying, because if it's just about love and not building together, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, now we're married. Let's put our money. Let's not buy anything. Let's put our money together and get our first house or first condo and build up from there. And so if something happens, we both have something. You know what I'm saying? She's just saying that people stay like girlfriend and boyfriend, even though when they get married and they become bitter.
Wait,
because there's nothing left.
Was she married? The lady that was speaking?
She looked too young. She just got up
Clearly
here.
not. If she was, she wouldn't say the shit that she just said.
It don't look like she was married. That ring that she was flashing wasn't a marriage ring. But it just amazes me how the women who always get marriage advice have never been married, or they're not married.
I honestly don't mind women who are not married giving marriage advice or giving their perspectives. I believe everyone should give their perspective, whether you're married or not, whether you're rich or broke. It doesn't matter whether you're in a relationship or not. But I think rather than going and attacking the person, let's attack the argument. Because I may not be married, but I may be right when I say women file divorce 80% of the time. I'm not married, but I know the statistic. Does that mean I'm wrong just because I'm not married? No. So
Did she strike a nerve or something?
What do you disagree with about what she said?
that's the point. What's the
No,
argument?
she made some valid points. They just
There you
repeat
go.
things, but they're talking from no experience. So it's always popular phrases.
Well, how do we know that though?
Because it's a lot of the common phrases that you always hear. So she's
No, I
speaking
mean,
about.
how do we know that she's talking from no experience?
That's a
That's
good
why I
question.
asked was she married or not. I didn't see a marriage.
But none of us know. None of us know. So all we have to go off of is whether we agree or disagree. You agree. You saying that you agree with her, but you attack
I
her.
agree with certain things. It was not attack.
That's my point.
I said I agree with certain things that she said, and it wasn't an attack. But that's why I said I wanted to know if she was married or not, because the popular female relationship gurus, none of them are married.
Well, I don't think she's okay. I don't know if she's a relationship guru or not, or if she's just giving her opinion. But what I'm asking is, what about what she said did you disagree with? Because you said that you agreed with some of it, and what part of it did you disagree with?
She said a lot. So when it came to the child support, disagree with the poor statement. She kept putting in poor. A lot of marriages, you start off married when you have nothing, you build up to something.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but she's still not wrong. If two poor people get together, there's a money aspect into it. There's a business aspect. Because if I make 50,000 and I join with a woman who makes 50,000, instead of both of us paying our own rent, now we get to pay one rent, which means less costs. So she's still right. Marriage could be for poor people, could be a good business idea for poor people. Get together, save money, build together.
About the child support.
I can't remember verbatim what she said. So
She said that's all they would have if they split up is all the woman will get is child support. She doesn't get
Yeah,
half
and,
the house or
That's the least you could get, basically.
and she was saying like different classes of people marry for different type of things. Like
Yeah.
if you poor, you marrying for love. Like if you in a higher status, it's for like transfer of wealth. And I don't even think that's true right there.
that's
I
not
don't,
true because most people
Yeah.
got wealth. They marry, no wealth is transferring over because
Yeah.
they protect it. Look at the Waltons. That's a prime example.
and if
So-
you
Hold on,
did,
wait,
right?
say that one more time.
He said when people marry to transfer wealth. I said most people who have wealth, when they get married, nothing's going to transfer over to their spouse if they get divorced because it's protected.
But again, I think that why are we only speaking from a divorce? The transfer of wealth has nothing to do. Okay, I'll give you an example. Kobe Bryant, because that's a visible example, right? Kobe Bryant married a woman that obviously was not on the same level as him financially. But when he passed away, all of his assets went to her. So that's a transfer of wealth. And there's several different examples of a transfer of wealth, right? So why are we only looking at a transfer of wealth from a divorce perspective, in which there are a lot of guys that give away a lot of their assets? Harrison Ford, I think, was it Harrison Ford? Who was the dude that was playing in
I
Yellowstone?
don't know.
But Anton,
So that's not Harrison Ford.
but
Who was the
but,
dude that was playing in Yellowstone?
but to
Whoever
what
he
she-
was. He
but to what
just
she-
I forgot his name, but it's not
But to
Harrison.
what she was saying though, Anton, I mean, to what she was saying, she was like, okay, like if you on this level, y'all marrying for love, but like really when
Oh,
you
it is
get
Harrison Ford.
married, it's really when you start to build it. So you can't really say I got married for love and then it turned into this because I hit this.
okay.
host.
So who doesn't get married for love is what I'm asking.
Well,
Most women don't get married for love. I'm gonna say 100% of the women don't get married for love. If it was love, all the average men would be married right now. If it was love, because average men are the nicest guys. They do the nice guy shit. Honestly, if it was for love.
according to her,
Like,
like
no, not
okay,
according. I mean, not just according to her.
that's what she
According to
was.
her.
Most people get married because they love the person that they're marrying.
That's where it starts.
Well, if you pull,
Not necessarily. I think that's a westernized thing. I think most
Most
people
okay.
in
Let me
in
revise it.
America, but
Let me-
I don't think that's the case
Let me
everywhere.
revise it. First of all,
Okay.
we only can speak about America because we.
That's what I'm talking about.
No.
I can't speak about what's happening in Dubai because I'm not in Dubai. That's not.
Yeah, you can if you know, if you're learned and you're not ignorant about what's happening in Dubai. You can compare. You can compare the experiences over there and compare the experiences over here to see what works better. So you don't have to live in Dubai to know what happens in Dubai and to also compare and contrast what works better.
My culture, right? So what I'm saying is, if she's referring to people that don't have resources and people that don't have resources getting married, how many of them get married not based off of love?
none.
So what are we talking about then? Why are we? How are y'all disagreeing with what she's saying?
Because most of the people that get married, not at a super crazy financial place, that's usually when they start to build, Anton.
But nobody is getting married saying that I'm a build with this person. They
But-
get married and because they love the person, and then they hope that it translates into
But
them
because of
building
what she
building a
said,
life together.
but see, what she said was people getting married based on classes is for different things.
Yeah,
what
she
we
is.
saying
It
is
is.
that
It's true.
Yeah, she said the poor
That's
people are the
true.
ones that are marrying for love.
for love.
Ones that are of higher classes, they're not marrying for love.
I don't agree with that.
Like I think
It
what I
doesn't
got
mean
from
that they're
it was
not marrying with love also, but they look at. I remember when I
Yeah.
first started saying this, and I started saying this years and years ago, and I said that marriage is a business first. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody got pissed off and they got out of their seat and they start crashing out. Q, you remember?
Yeah.
I said marriage is a business first, and people lost their shit. They acted like, oh, you crazy, you don't know what you talking about, all of this other type of stuff. Now it's funny because it's a complete 180 and people are debating it differently. And so what I'm asking is, what is it that y'all are y'all or do you not like the fact that she's a young girl that is saying this, or do we not like the actual thing that she's saying?
They don't like it because it makes them feel uncomfortable. I think everything that she said was absolutely valid. And I think there's a level of ignorance that come from folks who solely believe that love should survive on love. Marriage should survive on love alone, or that should be the only reason why you marry somebody.
And
And she's basically saying you got to be smarter than that. Yeah, you can marry for love. However, there are other reasons why you should be marrying somebody. And I'm in agreement with Anton. Marriage is absolutely a business contract. It is absolutely a contract.
Jazz,
Absolutely a business.
And
are you
I
bad
wanna
at
Yeah, but most men don't realize marriage is a business contract until divorce comes around. Most men marry for love. Oh my God, I'm such in love. This is the woman of my life. She's the queen. She's the unicorn. She's different from all these other women. And then when divorce comes and the woman is demanding child support and the woman is demanding half the assets, half the property, then they're like, oh shit. I didn't know this was all about the money. Yeah, it's a business contract first. You either sign it with your wife, including the prenup, so that's the contract, or you sign it with the wife, including the state. So,
business then,
back
Jazz?
off. Huh?
Jazz, are you bad at business? No, not Jazz. School,
No,
Jazz.
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 Her name is
Yeah.
Jazz.
Jazz, are you bad at business?
What do you mean by bad?
Are
bad
you a
at
good
business?
business? Are you business savvy?
Oriented.
I would believe so, yes.
Why aren't you married?
that's a good question. That's a good question. You know, if you're really good at business in your business self, you got the business mind, you would have a business. I.e., if you know marriage is a business and you're saying you're good at business, why don't you have a husband in a good business deal? So maybe she could say, I haven't found a man who's going to sign a good business contract with. But that means you're not marketable. You know, the men are not seeing you as marriage worthy. Let's see what she says.
I don't want to get on this.
No, because it's not a business.
I was going to answer your
Can't find
question.
nobody to invest
It's
in
not
the
a
business.
business.
I just think I just
Wait, I was
think
It's
about
not
to
a business.
I
Thank you.
disagree. I disagree with her.
Wait, real
I
quick,
think
Carmen. I was
she
trying to
could
get in there
value-
real quick.
Well, hold on. Let me
Oh, yeah, go
hear
ahead.
Carmen. Let me hear Carmen.
I disagree. I'm married, and marriage is not just I love. It's out of love. Also, it's a union. It's a commitment. It's protection, and it helps you build financially. I don't understand why everybody's running away from a commitment. So that's why I disagree on her with. She's talking about how
Wait, what part do you disagree with she said?
she said that marriage it's not a commitment. She just said
she
that?
won't
She
say
said a
that.
lot, but
She
she
didn't
said
say that.
She didn't say it was a commitment.
She didn't say that.
So what's the point?
May
I
I-
think she devalue it a lot.
May I
I think she
interject
devalue
right
marriage a lot.
here?
That's why. I
No,
agree.
she's saying that they do. She's saying that you shouldn't. You should get something out of it. You should.
What
She
what I
was saying
kind of
some
I don't
positive.
even listen. I don't even think that she was saying what people should do. The
No.
only thing that, and this is my takeaway from it, the only thing that I think that she was saying was this is what people that don't have resources, this is how they look at it. And this is how people that
The
do
way
have
people look
resources
at it,
most of the time,
Right.
this is how they look at it. I don't think that she made a recommendation.
It was a perception thing.
Now, I'm
Can I
not saying that
piggyback
she's
to you?
100% right or wrong. I got you, Jazz.
My bad.
I'm not saying that she's right or she's wrong. That's what we talking about right now. But I think that y'all taking the context. The first thing that I see people do a lot of times whenever we play these videos is they analyze the person and then they attack the person. They don't attack the argument. They don't source what they're saying and then, evaluate that. They go completely out of the
I
sphere,
agree.
and we don't even know shit about her. I don't even know anything about her. And somebody sent me the video and said that this would be a good discussion topic for Monday night.
I agree. Unless someone is talking about what they did themselves, but if somebody's just giving their opinion, it's better to attack their opinion argue, try to dismantle their argument or logically criticize their argument rather than attacking the person. So I agree with Anton Daniels. Now, if somebody's talking about what they did, because so many times women come on these TikToks and social media and they talk about their relationship and what they do in their relationships and their dating style, now that's different. At that point, you have every right to criticize the person.
But I'm always trying to figure out if a person adds into the context and said, I'm married or I'm not married, then that I think that would
Hmm.
start to factor in because that's what
Yeah,
they added into the conversation.
that's
But
true.
I don't know why we attack the person a lot of times without actually paying more attention to the argument.
Yeah.
That's true.
And if I may, I think what I took away from it, she's just saying like certain socioeconomic classes are educated differently when it comes to marriage and like interactions in that way. And usually when you are of a lower class level, you are more fueled by your emotions. You're fueled by just the interaction. You're not really strategizing the union as if somebody that's a little bit more educated understands what they're getting into, their
Mm.
partner understands. They take more strategic steps in choosing a partner and choosing when to get married. I don't think she was disparaging either or. She was just kind of assessing like the situation based on kind of like what you see. Because usually, and I've said this before, you see so many people in the hood having so many kids because all they're doing is having sex.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Jazz is right. I can't believe I agree with Jazz. But to be fair, I agree with Jazz like 1% of the time. 99% of the time, I disagree. But this is the 1% where I agree with her. Most poor people who get married and they start having so many kids is because they have nothing to. If the man is not working 60 hours, he's going to have so much time to have sex. So they're going to be making babies because they have nothing to work on. I agree. They're not productive.
They're
Yeah.
they're they're in fight or flight. They're not strategizing to get out the hood on a higher level as they are trying to screw on each other. They
I
don't they
agree.
don't they're not occupying their time the way people that aren't in that socioeconomic class are. So it's just a blatant difference that you see.
I agree.
They're acting
Jazz
like
is right.
girlfriend and boyfriend. Like,
I agree
Yeah,
with you,
and they think
Jazz.
that's like she said, like they
yeah.
think this is the norm. Why do I got to do anything else? Whereas somebody else is like, actually, no, this is how it should be. We need to assess this a little differently so we can have the best outcome.
But
I,
shouldn't you want
Facts.
to
I
do
would say
better?
my
You
only
shouldn't
thing
want to do
that
better though.
my only thing that I would have to say towards like what she's talking about is that the whole subject is very subjective. Everybody's situation is not exactly the same. Everybody don't think exactly the same. People's reasonings for why they get married when they're poor is not the same as what everybody thinks it is. Even when it comes to whenever they're, of high class. There have been times where I've seen, children from high class homes that have married way lower, just because they're like just infatuated with the person and they do well, whatever. It's like it. This is very subjective. I don't feel like it should be like a tiered thing. I understand where she's coming from, but I don't see it as the monolith. I see it as it's still extremely subjective. You
Yeah, but at the core, the fundamental of marriage, the foundation is not love. Men use it as love. I mean, love, oh my God, I found the woman of my life. Let me propose. But at the core, at the foundation of marriage, it was never about just love. That's why before it was arranged marriages, the parents would find a suitable man to take care of their daughter when she's adult, she's ready to leave home and things like that. And then the love would come later. But there's never going to be love. Even the people who claim to get married for love, there's never going to be love if they can't pay bills, if they're struggling to feed their kids, if they're struggling to put water in their houses and electricity. They're never going to focus on love if they can't have food to eat. So the foundation of marriage is two people coming together, creating a legacy in terms of resources.
you
But
can
let me ask you a question,
Continue
Carmine.
using.
Hold
Oh,
on,
go
wait,
ahead.
wait. Let me ask you a question, Carmine. Do you see when you say you've seen people that is from a higher status, lower people at a lower status, is that men marrying women or is that women marrying men when it comes to higher status and lower status?
The women
Women marrying
marrying the
men.
men, the women will like go to like the guy that the daddy doesn't want them to be with, and they're like, he
So
doesn't
you
have
see
his
women that are of high status choosing men that are of low status.
right.
I haven't
Mm.
personally seen that. And
That's the
for the
minority.
for the conversation, I'm in a hotel. I don't have a bed.
I mean, I'm not saying it's majority. Of course, we know it's not the majority. I'm just saying what I've seen before. I have seen that before, and
I
I've
have
think
never.
it's
I haven't heard of that. I haven't heard of it.
I think it's like one of those things, you know how
that's why I'm saying
wealthy
it's
families, you know how wealthy families try to make sure that their wealthy daughter marries into a wealthy family. They're
Mhm.
strategizing because that's the norm for their class level. It's not
right.
wrong, it's
That's a
not
good
right.
example.
And that doesn't mean they can't, put their kids together for that cause and they don't end up falling in love. But they're I feel like certain classes try to secure the future,
Yeah.
like strategize securing the future a little bit better than those that are at a lower level that are just operating
That's how you could tell
academically.
a person at a lower level at the supermarket when they got a can of ragu and a thing of spaghetti and the thing they eating for the night.
They may not have much to lose, so they have
Yeah.
less. They don't have a lot to lose.
Yeah, I think that happens sometimes. Usually, the girls who come from wealthy families, I think because they're used to the money, they don't really care about the money. So rather than going with the rich guy that the parents try to connect them with, they usually go for the guy who makes less money. But eventually, most times those marriages don't last because after some time they realize they don't want to be the breadwinners because they go into those relationships or those marriages thinking, okay, I got the money, I don't need a man with money, I'm in love with this man, I'm going to pay the bills. But eventually they grow to dislike the guy because they realize, he's the man, I shouldn't be paying the bills, I shouldn't be the breadwinner, I shouldn't have to work 60 hours just to to take care of the man, because sometimes those men also get lazy because they don't have purpose, because the woman is taking care of everything, so the man is gonna feel unproductive and he's gonna just grow lazy most times. Anyway, shout out to Anton Daniels. What do you guys think about that? Link down below. Let's go to the next video. Okay, let's go to I wanted to finish this Fadi conversation. Let's go.
And you're not going to have sex with other men because of the Bible, right?
I'm going to not have sex with other men because I just don't want to have sex with other men. I'm just going to be chill, okay? Don't got anything to do with that. I don't feel like coming out here and you have your dick's dirty in the first place. I'm just going to mind my business instead of
If I wanted to, I'll get it. Getting my dick dirty would be inserting myself inside of you. That's not the only way my dick can be dirty.
I'm scared of what's going on.
And I'm scared too. I'm afraid for my life. Police, help! Police, 911. Somebody call 911.
I choose not to engage in any type of sexual relation. That's my choice. I can live my days out as long as I want to. No one can force me to engage in sexual activity.
Okay? No one said about forcing you.
Okay.
Somebody lies. Yeah. Now somebody lies. I don't know who, but I'm telling you, somebody's lying.
She's lying.
And this is the extent that women go through to lie. Like every person on this panel knows you're lying. Every person on the hey fella, hey no, hey Bitchy, hey Z, do you believe that this woman that came on YouTube bragging about plotting on her man, as soon as she hits the year, she's going to take all this shit? Do you believe that she been sexless for 25 years? No dirty talk.
Why would I be sexless the whole time? You're not making no sense, Daddy. Get the years right. First of all, I've been married for going on 25. I couldn't have been sexless for 25 and produced 3 children. So you need to get the years together.
Okay, so when did you leave that man, lady?
You need to understand, I walked out somewhere. We're going roughing on. I separated about. It'd been just a 15-year mark. Roll around 15
years. So you'll be okay. So let's go with
for 15 years, and I am standing on what I said, that I have not been engaged nor accused or caught of engaging in any other outside sexual relations with anybody, point blank period, unless someone's going to come up and say otherwise. That is my story. And unless he decides I have caught this woman in adultery who has left me. He can't divorce. He had to divorce me. I am standing on the very word that you all have put in place. You throw in our face. You're using adultery based off biblical principles, but yet you don't want to follow the biblical law, which still states, as I state to the day, I can't divorce. He has to divorce me, or else I will be labeled an adulteress according to Christianity. So therefore, I just got to be out here chilling like a villain. I can't do.
So are you following Christianity because people say so? That's why you don't want to divorce your husband because Christianity says you shouldn't? Or are you following Christianity because you're actually a Christian woman? Because I know these women pick and choose the parts of the Bible they want to follow. So if anyone's telling me this woman has been separated, not divorced, from her husband for 15 years, and she hasn't talked to other men, she hasn't been engaged in any sexual things with other men, I have a bridge to sell you. I'm telling you right now.
Basically, she said, "It's not cheating if you don't get caught." Friends, let's read the super chat and let's go to the debate because this is terrible. Anybody wants to say anything about this situation before we move on? No, perfect. Because once again, y'all need to stop lying, man.
She's
tired
lying.
of y'all lying.
You can't call anybody a liar.
And we will do this. And we will do the same. The fact that you,
Is it that she can't go years without having sex? I'm confused.
No. That's not the point. So this is the thing. This is what we doing now, Z, on the show, is that when we flip it, would you believe that I go 10 years without having sex with anybody if I was married to her and we were separated? Would you believe that I would go 10 years without having sex with a woman?
No.
I don't know.
Do you think, hold on real quick, do you think most women can go sexless for 10 years with a man or not with a man?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
And Ali, it is not even that. Do you believe that a woman that keeps posting pictures on her panties and bra on Instagram and all that shit is saving herself?
No.
Is going to be sexist.
Not only that, women can't even save themselves for a husband. They're getting their body count up all the way to 29. So when the average woman gets married, most women are sitting here celibate and virgins and not having sex with men. Most women are having sex with men. Most women.
That's true. You're telling me you had sex before you got married, and after marriage, now you're born again virgin. You don't want to have sex anymore like that. That I'm more inclined to believe it's not true rather than just saying, "Oh yeah, I believe she has changed. She's not having sex anymore." Like that's common sense.
I'm not going 10 years without having sex with a man, whether she's single or in a relationship.
Mhm.
That fact that you want us to believe us is what we mean by you will disarm the men to not look out for bad women, but you're fine with men looking out for bad women. And that's where the disingenuous conversation comes in, because we want to make sure we prepare our daughters to stay away from bad men and liars, but we don't do that for our sons. We're okay with our women, with our mothers, and society lying to men every single day. If you're going to make me believe that a woman is going to stay sexless for 10 years.
That's true.
Well, you can believe what you want to. It's what you believe.
She can, but most won't.
He can do what he want. Look.
Okay, hold on. My bad. Hold on. Hey, Beachy. Hey, Karen. Have you went 10 years before without not having sex?
No.
Hey, I ain't gonna ask you because I know that's gonna be a cap. Shay, have you ever went 10 years without having sex?
I'm not gonna do that.
Hey, Z, have you ever went 10 years without having sex?
She's gonna lie.
No, I haven't.
Hey, Fatty,
Okay.
have you ever went 10 years without having sex?
Yes, I'm a virgin.
Hey, you ever went 10 years without having sex? Nobody. Most people can't go 10 years without having sex.
But you can do it if you want.
No, you're only doing it if me and Big Rick and Fatty said that, y'all would not have believed this. No, everybody know we capping, but because we are taught to believe women are sanctified automatically and they can do no wrong unless somebody does something wrong for them, we automatically believe whatever woman says. That's the problem with our society.
Exactly. We are not saying a woman can't go 10 years without sex. We are saying most cannot, especially if they have 3 kids, especially if they're not virgins prior. Now, they can claim they're born again virgins all they want, because for some reason when they reach 30, 35, they all find Jesus and become born again virgins, and then they want to make the stepfather wait till after marriage to have sex. They can do all that they want. But I'm saying, these guys are also saying, like Ali is saying, most do not. Like even the women on the panel, clearly they do not. But they always want men to believe a woman is a born-again virgin or she hasn't had sex in 10 years because the woman said so we should just believe and not question it. No, that would be a sucker. Only a man who believes that would be a sucker. Some men do.
And
Well,
you became
Alfred, you don't have to believe what I said. I don't know how many more streams I need to do. No, we
Hey,
don't
hold on.
run
Especially, hold on. Hey, Corey. Hey, Corey.
Just ask them yourself.
You
They'll
ever
tell
went
you.
10 years without having sex?
No.
You know
I
a
didn't
woman.
say the
Yeah,
man.
but we
Hold
also
on,
have to
hold on.
consider the fact that when I started having sex, I didn't start having sex when I was a teenager.
But
I
that's the
started
moot
having
point.
sex when I was an
No,
adult.
no,
That's
Z, that's not the
besides
point.
the point.
Z,
But
she has
still, you're
3.
saying 10
No,
years. So
no,
it's
Z,
like,
1 second. Z, 1 second. She has 3 kids, meaning she been fucking, right? So we know there's the proof there.
My
But you are
youngest
telling
kid
me,
is 16.
I know, but that's the point. So you are telling me that you were literally talking with us like you were Captain Jake Sparrow trying to rob a motherfucking ship. Like you need the
I'm
Nah,
not
pirate.
you gotta add the
Right?
change.
Like, no, no, no. Wait,
gotta
wait,
add
wait,
the
1
other
second.
part.
Wait,
She
Aldi, 1
said it
second.
to it, but you got to add the other part. Not only did she say she gonna take him to the cleaners, she advised women to take men to the cleaners too. The only
I missed
people,
that. I missed that part
hold
of
on,
the
baby.
conversation.
The
I missed.
only people
Yeah.
you can't take to the cleaners is her sons. So she advocated for women to take the men to the cleaners. Now all of a sudden, don't take men to the cleaners.
I never said that. I didn't
I
say
missed
don't
that
take
part
it.
of it because I
When did I
walked
say
upstairs.
that?
What happened about the cleaner? What y'all talking about?
I
Taking
think
men
y'all
to
putting a
the I
little. I
missed
think
that.
y'all putting 20 on 10. What I said was, if a woman goes, listen, if I broke down marriage, the years you put in,
Why is
put out certain things in the years you put in. Okay, at some point, for some people, they're gonna run the 25-year run if they because it opens up other doors. But laws have changed. You may not have to do all 25. I have said that I still stick to it. If you done did 20, you might as well do 5 more, girl. Okay, I'm not gonna ever
Wow.
change that because
Evil.
it does make sense. If you've done 20, you might as well ride out 4 more and get the
Wow.
full goddamn the pension. Why not?
So
I
what?
mean,
So
you
what
put
is the
in
change
20.
of? What,
Wow. Did you guys hear that? This woman said, because in some states for a woman to get alimony, it's like 20, it's like 10 years marriage. Some states for a woman to get some of the pension from a man, so retirement money from a man, she has to be with him at least 25 years. So she's telling women, if you've been with a man for 20 years, but you need 5 more years for you to divorce him and take half of his pension, half of his retirement plan, just stick out the next 5 years. So she's telling women, even if you hate this man, you want to divorce him, but in order to take half of his money, just stay for the next 5 years. I mean, that's so fucking evil. I mean that I would rather you kill me. To me, honestly, for me, that's not different from somebody who wants to kill you. I'd rather you poison me, because clearly you just want to take stuff from me. You're not here because you love me, which most guys think that women marry them for love. She's evil. I'm sorry, that's evil. Because if a man said that, they would go crazy. If a man told other men to stay with women so they can take things from them, they would consider that evil and gay and sassy.
So you
What
were
does that
talking
have
like
to do with what y'all
no,
were talking
okay, that's fair. That's fair. You were talking like you were going to rob a bank, and all of a sudden you're talking about scripture. What changed between 2024 and 2025? What changed?
Well, I looked at, you all's panels inspired me. I
Oh
thought,
my
if
God.
I actually get a divorce and I'm going to have to get out here in this dating field and start from scratch, what do I got to work with? What are the guys like? And then I come on here and I look and see what y'all type of time y'all on. Oh, hell no. Maybe I am better with the devil that I'm with. And I will take my chances and just die. Because it looks like I'm better off
She's a fucking liar.
finessing the devil I'm with, then finding another one and starting all the way over and not telling what the heck I'm gonna get with. So as I said, I will continue on to live separated, lonely, and
So you went back to him. So you went back to him, right?
no, I never said I was going back. Why are you asking?
No, you said better deal with the devil that I know, with the devil that I don't know. So you went back to him, right?
No, I didn't say that. I'm not gonna do that.
APG, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you say?
I just said better to
If
to
1
deal
second,
with.
please. You have to let me finish the question. Didn't you say if I wanted that man back, he will be right here with me? Didn't you say that?
Just not. No, I didn't say that just now. What did you hear? You need to
No,
rewind
not
it.
just now, bitch. I have a great memory.
Oh, on record. If he
Did
was
you
okay
say on
with-
record that if you wanted that man right now back, he will be
Yes,
right back?
I
Did you
go
say that?
on record to state if I decided, you want me to call him and say, hey, you wanted to hit it, what do you need from me? I'm gonna tell you right now.
No, okay.
If I make a phone call and say I thought about it, let's try to see if we can make this, if we can make it work again. I'll take you back. He will.
I don't want you to take me back.
Run so fast to answer and be happy that I'm considering that. He's probably.
I hope he doesn't.
I'll love him one day and say that. But being that I haven't, he's perfectly fine riding this out. Okay, because
one second, please.
Hold on. Let's not pretend the man is not benefiting from this situation too, because I am a shield. He can hide behind a marriage with me, live his own life in his own town with his own stuff. We can collab when we want to collab, do your thing, and he don't ever got to worry about reproducing or marrying another woman and dealing with more issues because he has me. It works. It is good for the goose.
Okay, so BG.
How does separating from a man you are married to for 20 years, how does that benefit him? I don't. The delusion. How does that benefit? Clearly, he married to be with you. He married you so you guys can be together. He didn't marry you so you guys can go apart. I'm going to be honest. Now, I don't know the full story, but it sounds to me like this was a type of relationship where she stopped having sex with a man and he just got tired of it. I'm going to be honest. This sounds like one of those stories where they're together, no sex, and the man is like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go find another woman.
If he has you, is there anything on the Bible that says that a wife shouldn't get her husband back? If you are these wonderful, I was talking. If you have this wonderful man that you are his shield and he's there for you, and you have kids together, and you're not taking the chances with the devil that you don't know, what is stopping Beachy from going back to her man?
Good question.
And finally go ahead and do what she been telling on the stream right now, because she looks like a born again Christian. What?
I got an answer. I got an answer to you.
She's gonna lie.
I don't have the scripture with me, but I will give you the answer. Okay. I didn't follow the rules, and it's in the rules. If I had been following them, was for me not to be yoked with unbelievers. Now it also states.
What?
Yes, I know. See, you're an atheist, so you don't. So you asked me. So let me answer the question. I'm with an unbeliever. They don't believe. By that law of grace, I am freed and not tied for him. Would you like me to pull it up for you? Because I can get it real for you real quick.
So if he's an unbeliever, why did you marry him? Why do they pick and choose the parts of the Bible they want to use against men? If you knew he was an unbeliever, did you get married in church? What type of marriage was this? Where was the wedding? You knew he was an unbeliever. Why did you get married to him? Because now bringing up the point that he's an unbeliever doesn't make any sense, because you decided to marry him. That means you married him for different reasons, even if the Bible says you shouldn't marry an unbeliever.
On that law, that I do not have to remain in a marriage with an unbeliever. That gave me the permission to separate in the first place. Would you like the scripture, sir? I'll be happy to get.
So why don't you file the papers?
Exactly.
If that man is an unbeliever.
Hold on. It said you can leave, but I cannot divorce.
No.
Oh my God.
No, you cannot. No.
Oh my God. This is not a trap. Can you stop over talking me, please?
Yes.
If this man is a non-believer, why don't you take your non-believing ass to the courts, which is a non-believing institution,
Good
and
question.
press the button and write on that paper, I don't want to be married to this non-believer, so I can actually be free to get married with somebody that actually believes in shit. Why don't you do it?
I can't do that because the law states. Fatty seemed to, we have been an atheist, y'all. He don't get his whole about.
What is the state? I'll ask you that before.
She's attacking Fadi instead of attacking his argument. Because she's claiming, so I've been saying this so many times, they pick and choose which parts of the Bible. So she's saying there's a part in the Bible that says she shouldn't be with an unbeliever, even if she married one. That's why she separated from him. But she's also saying the reason she's only separated from him but not divorcing him is because there's another part in the Bible that tells her not to divorce him. Okay, I'm not the most Christian person in the world, but please, somebody, is there a part in the Bible that tells someone to separate from someone but not divorce him, not to go all the way? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
What is the state that you are that don't allow a woman to get divorced?
I thought I was clear. I said nothing about the state. I said the law in Christianity concerning divorce. A woman may not divorce her
She's a
husband.
liar.
The husband has to
Oh my
divorce his
God.
wife based on the grounds of adultery. Should he divorce her in any other reasons other than that, she would be an adulterer. It then goes to say that woman divorced cannot remarry and she must remain unmarried. If she does not do that, she's still an adulteress. Either way, if I get divorced, I'm an adulteress. If I remarry, if I stay in a marriage and adult, it locks you in. So the bottom line, only law that's there for a woman to do if you have an unbeliever or a man is to be separated from that unbeliever, but they are still to remain married unless the man initiates the divorce. I can do nothing. But
Are you married in the?
He would be so she's claiming she's not divorcing a man because the Bible says so. Okay, got it. So there is a law in the Bible that she follows. The next best question would be, how many laws are there in the Bible? How many have you broken? Why is it that this is the only law you don't want to break? Because let me guess, she's a liar. She has lied before. The Bible says not to lie, right? But for some reason, I'm sure she has lied. Let me guess, she's going to lie that she's not a liar, which I know she's doing right now. So that's why I say they pick and choose which laws they want to use when it benefits them. So she's claiming there's this special law that tells her not to divorce a man, but there's also a special law that told her not to marry a non-believer, but she broke that law and she married a non-believer, but she doesn't want to divorce him because the same Bible tells her not to divorce a non-believer. What? Oh my fucking God. I can see why the man is not still with her. Like, this must be a lot, just dealing with her.
Church or in the court?
It doesn't matter which one I was married in. If he was an unbeliever, because people get married in churches that don't believe.
No, that's not the point. Like,
that doesn't
you
make them a believer. What are you talking about? It doesn't
You
change.
know what?
The
Hey,
court
you know what?
I didn't get married in a church or a court.
You know what? I was being too nice to you. You are full of shit. Respectfully. No. Stop. I'm talking. Let's take the gloves off. You are full of shit, and you are the dangerous woman we talk about. You know the woman that is outside, but all of a sudden she turns 30, and now he's Allahu Akbar and Lord and Savior. And
Born again
She
virgin.
goes between being a worldly woman and then a Christian woman. Christian people should be offended by what you're doing right now.
Yes.
Christian people should be if a believer is listening to Peachy right now and they are seeing you flip-flop between worldly shit and Christian shit that you clearly don't follow, lying, which is a sin to a massive one, committing, I haven't had sex in 15 years, when you literally show your ass all the time on Instagram and all that, that's cheating too. That's not what the woman does. You posting yourself on panties, that's something that the wife doesn't do.
Why don't you just lie me? I'm not posting in panties anywhere. Where do you get that from? Where's the big
Instagram.
Bitch, how much money do you want to bet?
I think I might have had one bathing suit picture.
Oh my God, here we go. Oh, now you have one bathing suit. After he says you have your Instagram showing your cheeks, she's claimed she's a married woman, separated woman. She follows the Bible, but now she has sexy photos of herself on Instagram. Now she's claiming, oh, I might have one bathing suit. These women, and this is the type of woman who wants a man who follows God. Oh my God. Anyway, man, shout out to Fadi. He cooked with hard grease and spices. Shout out to Fadi. Shout out to Ilkanali. All right. Let's go to the next video. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Let's go here. Let's go to Ashley. All right. Where did they start? Give me 1 second. All right. Start it here.
Okay. So I guess, this is your platform and you tell us how to level up. So with me, what is your advice?
Well, my first question is, how old are you, where are you from, and why do you want to level up? Why do you feel like you need to?
I'm 31. I live in Florida, Central Florida. And why do I feel like I need to level up? Because, that is the key, right? To constantly evolve. And I want to have a quality lifestyle.
Yeah. And what does quality lifestyle mean to you? What does that look like?
Self-improvement, have people around me that are pouring into me. A man with some money.
Oh, and how much money
A man with some money is what they call level up. I was waiting for her to say it. A man with some money is what women call level up.
Okay.
He has to be able to, at least It can't be less than me.
Okay. And what's the less? You could give a ballpark figure.
It can't be like less than like 120, right?
Okay. Not less than 120. Okay. What about the guys that you are working around in the office, in the same building, in the same area? Who are you attracting?
The average
I
man.
am attracting quality people.
Okay. So this is good. So what's going on?
They don't have the money.
What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Like the vibe isn't, it seems like you can't get the full package. It's like, the ones that are high quality are just, I don't know.
Are just what? What are they just doing?
They don't have the money.
Piece? Like they have the money and the means, but what's the but for you?
No, they are high quality, meaning they have of good character. They have good character, but they don't have the money. I don't think she's gonna say it, but I've been watching this video so many times and listen to women talk. I can literally decode what they're trying to say.
Swagger, like we can just listen to we can just connect and vibe out. It's almost like you have to be really formal.
That's
So
bullshit.
you want like a ghost from Power?
Mm-hmm.
No, not even that. Well, yes, right.
A Tupac in a suit. Tupac in a suit. A gangster in a suit. That's what she wants.
Right, like he has to be able to turn it on and turn it on and turn it off, like 50 Cent. Yes, turn it on and turn it off.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 50. And that's a needle. Those are like needles in a haystack. I feel like that type of guy. If you're thinking 50 Cent, I think more of the entrepreneurial guys who came from the bottom and now they're on social media selling courses or doing real estate, maybe dating one of those guys. They're
But
typically
they don't want
not
it.
all, but some of them are kind of rough around the edges, but they made it out. Now they're doing credit. They'll fix your credit. They'll do real estate, those type of guys.
They don't want her.
If you want like a 50 Cent type of guy, if that's important to you. However, if not, you can get with the guy that who are approaching you now. If they got everything else and they just don't listen to the yo music,
To hip
I don't
hop.
think that's too bad.
I mean, that's if the guys are even approaching her. I mean, I don't want to say it, but I'm sure you guys can see it. You can look at Ashley, even if Ashley has makeup, and this one over here. Because all women get approached, but who's approaching you? So.
Okay.
But that's up to you to decide. I don't know.
Ooh, okay. I mean, what has been your experience with that? Because I'm sure you've experienced that too.
But it's not about me. It's about you.
She wants to know, Ashley, who gives sugar, because let's just be honest, they want the sugar daddy treatment. They want the man who just spends money on them and gives them money any day they want, for some cookies, if you know what I mean. So she's trying to find out, Ashley, you give all this dating advice and how to get rich men. Do you have any? Which is a good question, to be honest. If you're going to be giving advice, Ashley is not a bad looking lady, but obviously most of the time she has makeup, so we don't know what the natural hair looks like. But hey,
Mm-hmm. You came up tonight, and I'm here to help you out and everyone here on the line.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's focus
Let
on
me see. I've been paying attention to you. What are they saying? She not 50 Cent type.
That's
What?
true.
Method Man. I go to places like jazz festivals and R&B parties. Yes, I wish that we could find more of those. But in my area, it's really retirees.
In what area are you in?
Central Florida, more like beachside.
Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, can you guys help her out? She's in Central Florida. Where can she go?
I do like white guys, but I don't like the white perverts that just fetishize over black women.
That's
Well,
fair.
I do date white guys.
You gotta pick and choose your struggle.
They're saying I see go to Miami. I'm
Oh.
seeing that. That's what I'm seeing, yeah. Check out the right?
Let's start with Lil Boosie. I don't like her dudes though. We can't We
I
don't
think
have
you want the
Sarah King's
reform.
intellect.
Yeah, I think you want someone a reformed hood guy. That's what I mean. That's what I think of Ghost. I think he's just a reformed hood guy.
Gangster.
Like I like to be able to discuss investing, real estate investing with my man. But I like for us to, go to a meeting together and talk business and then be in the car and sing Boosie lyrics. You know what I mean?
Right. You want a little
The
bit of
delusion.
everything. Yeah, you want a little bit of everything. I mean, that's
This is not different from men who want a godly woman, a feminine woman, submissive woman, nice, kind, but who acts like a stripper for him. You know what I mean? Because some men are delusional like that. They want a woman who's like a lady. Men call it lady in the streets, a freak in the sheets. But you can't have it all, guys. So this is the delusion she's talking about, and women do this all the time. They want to find a nice guy who is rich, but who also has a gangster edge to him. And you can't have it all. You're either going to get a full-on gangster who doesn't care about the law, who's about to get shot or goes to jail, or you're going to get a good guy who's going to have standards and boundaries and is not listening to Megan Stallion and Cardi B the way you want. You got to pick your struggle, ladies. You can't have it all.
That's why I suggested the guys that I did suggest, but I still feel like that still wouldn't be your speed. I don't know.
So what do you assume? What would be my speed?
The
I don't
average
know.
guy.
I can only know by you telling me what you like, and you said Ghost. So, I mean, I guess putting yourself in those environments and spaces where those guys hang out.
Yeah.
And I'm
But do they-
assuming like, you know who I think of? Maybe like the guys like Earn Your Leisure. Those are those type of guys.
Do
From
they
Earn
want
Your
her?
Leisure. I think they're kind of on that vibe and that flow of 50 Cent. I think they do events and things like that, and they pull in those type of men. So maybe going to one of their events or workshops. Look, the chat is saying yes.
Yeah, but do they
I
want
can
her?
see that, right? From Earn Your Leisure, yeah. Those guys. Yeah, check them out.
Yeah, our place where I might have to travel then.
Yeah, why not? You're still young. I say travel.
Okay.
Ashley
Yeah,
should
but
be
I
honest.
feel like at the same time though, romance is just one part of quality life and evolving, and there's so many other parts to that, right?
Absolutely.
So, I know you are very heavy into fitness. What other ways do you bring quality to your life?
What other ways can she bring quality to her life chat? Can we drop some things she can do? Like, can we give her some ideas for like hobbies and things outside of fitness? Can we?
The biggest idea Ashley should give this lady is that whatever results you've had dating in your life up to this point, that should tell you everything you need to know. So if the rich rich gangster men are not approaching you, that should tell you everything you need to know. Maybe you need to look in the mirror and figure out that maybe these are not the type of men for me. Because all women want those kinds of men. All women want the rich man. But are there enough rich men? I don't think so. So Ashley needs to really tell her the truth.
Give her some suggestions. Volunteering. Oh, I love that. Meditating, pottery class, a book club, journaling. These are really good. Painting, art, yoga, running club, yes, live music, cycling.
Okay.
These are good suggestions.
Gardening, Pilates. Okay, so I belong to. I am in a gym, country clubs, Rotary. I don't know what Rotary. Okay, so it seems like everybody's saying like just get a hobby.
Well, they're giving you suggestions, Maybe there's some things that you haven't thought about. So that's good to think, all right? Well, I hope this was helpful.
It wasn't. It wasn't. She's gonna keep thinking she deserves a 50 Cent and a man who makes all the money, who's a gangster at the same time. And I don't think it's gonna work But shout out to her, man. Let's go to the next one.
Hi. I'm trying to get everything set up. I have questions. I'm sorry.
I'm echoing.
I know. I don't know why it's doing that.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Okay. You want to go on and go back up? I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna re-enter.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some headphones.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Wait, where's the next one?
Okay, I got the headphones. I'm sorry.
All right, here I think.
What is going on for me?
I do real estate, so I'm always like extra dressed.
Yes. All right. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Okay, so my question to you
Hold
is,
on, my
very much.
my love. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Beg your pardon?
Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms? Okay. All right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my question to you is, like I said, I do real estate, and I'm very about my calendar. Like I have a 5-year plan PDF.
Oh,
it's kind of crazy. So guys, they always find that intimidating.
No.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit shy as well. So like when I talk, like shy to talk to men. Does that make sense?
But you're not showing them the 5-year plan PDF. You're not showing them that, are you?
Maybe like a month of us talking. Then I'm like, I'll show them the plan and ask them like, are you just waste my time, talk, or what do you want? Do you know what I mean? Because that's for purpose.
Yeah, I wouldn't show them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she talks about too much of what she wants to do, and she asks the men how are they going to help her with it. I think that's the issue, because so many women have all these plans, and they're asking for how men are going to invest in them. So maybe that's why they run away.
Yeah, I wouldn't show them. Not saying you can't discuss your goals or what you have in mind if you guys are getting a little bit more serious, but I wouldn't show them that PDF. I think that should be something for you.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, perfect. And my other question is, how do you manage the work-life balance? 'Cause I feel like since going back to work, because it's summertime in Australia, so since going back to work, I feel like I don't really have a social life, even with like my friends, my family, because I'm always like, let's try and get my listings or try and make a sales. So I'm just focused on just my career. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. But you have to make time. If it's important enough to you, you will make time. And I don't think there's a such thing as work-life balance. I really don't. It's like we make the time or we don't. So I think you're really good with like scheduling, because I think you said you have your PDF. So create a schedule. You need to go out at least once a month, even if that means going out to connect and getting more clients. But you're still out.
I agree.
Can we do that?
I mostly go out for like networking. And even like if my friends invite me somewhere, like we'll go for like brunch or like go for like cocktail hours. But like if I see a guy that thinks cute, I just don't talk to them, because I'm like, I feel like men should approach, but at the same time I'm like shy to approach men as well. Does it make sense?
Yeah, so men don't approach you at all, and I'm sure you're going out with great energy, you're smiling.
It's not the ones that I like.
Of course.
Oh, okay. And what the ones you like? Okay, the ones you like, what do they like?
They mostly, because I'm not sure if you guys, so like think of Australia, it's like, so I live in Melbourne, so I live in the city, so in South Yard, it's more themed as like the like upper class kind of situation.
And what do they like? What do the upper class men like?
It's more like skinny, petite, blonde. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. So I'm assuming
someone not blonde or skinny.
Right. Someone Caucasian is what you're saying.
Correct.
All right. But they don't ever date Black women or people.
They do. But I also think as well, because I have a resting bitch face, maybe that's why as well.
That's why I asked you, do you smile when you go out? Yes, I did ask that. I think lightening up your energy, and like I told Carly earlier, who was up here, and she's someone who's about her business and things, you guys have to leave work at work. So when you're stepping out, you have to relax. You have to just, I'm out, I'm not thinking about work. Not saying if it comes up, but you can't be leading with that energy.
Yeah, I also think as well.
That's crazy that women complain that men don't approach them anymore. But at the same time, they are proud that when they walk outside, they have a mean face. How am I going to approach you when you have a mean face on? They call it the resting bitch face, and they're very proud of it because they claim men shouldn't approach us. That's why we have a resting bitch face, because we don't want men to approach us. And then they claim they don't want men don't approach them. You can't have it both ways, ladies. Also, you told men for 20 years now, maybe even more, that men should leave you alone. They shouldn't approach you in public. And we have seen so many of them putting out their phones and putting men on TikTok on blast. Oh, he's a creep. He's stalking me. He's approaching me. So men decided we're not approaching anymore.
I dress older than my age, so I'm 24. But I like Marilyn Monroe kind of aesthetic. So I think maybe that kind of pushed them away as well.
Yeah, maybe for younger guys, sure. I would say so. Yeah. If you want someone around your age, yeah, that would be a little bit, I think, maybe not for them, not for that guy. So still being sexy classy. Everyone's saying 24. Yes, 24. I think they
25 in November.
Yes, they thought you were a little bit older, maybe because of your energy.
Yeah, because I'm just old. I'll show you my outfit. I'll put the hat back.
Man,
So
it's
this
tough
is my
being a
outfit.
woman. I'm gonna be honest.
1 second. This is literally.
I mean, she looks good.
Oh, this is so beautiful.
It's like
Yeah, this is so darling. Yeah, you need
I look
older.
insane.
You need older, my love, older.
Yeah, I've dated for example, I travel to Europe every July, and that's when I can actually breathe and be myself. And most European guys, which is like guys that I who are more within the same social class and financial bracket as me.
Money.
They more approach me in Europe than in Australia. I feel like Australian guys are a bit more not scared, maybe a little bit more intimidated to approach. Whereas when I'm in America, a lot of the guys were also like, hey, shorty, or whatever American guys.
Oh my God, not his shorty.
So she's saying when she goes to Europe, rich men, because she said, I don't know if you guys caught it, she says men in my tax bracket approach me, which means money or lots of money. Or maybe, cause, you know what, let me take that back. When they say, not every time they say men in my tax bracket, it means they make money too. They just mean men with money that they want. So she's saying all these men approach her, but none of them keep you. That doesn't make sense. So there's something about you that rich men that you attract don't stay long enough.
Okay, fair enough. Are you traveling to Europe? I mean, where did you say, to London, to Paris? Where are you traveling?
So I traveled to Europe, but I did a big trip. So I did Milan, La Spezia, Barcelona, London, basically a few countries in Europe.
Yeah, I think that would be good. I think you should travel more. Even Cali, California. Yes, California.
In America?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I've only been to New York in America.
Oh, you've been to New York? Yeah. Okay, New York is good. I think Cali for you.
Yeah, I think as well, because I only say I'm the richest person or whatever.
She's a passport sister.
Because I like to date within my social class. So it's kind of hard maneuvering, I guess, because a lot of people are not. So I guess people say don't date down or whatever, but at the same time, just maybe do that a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, but Europe, they have money. California, they have money. Yeah, there's money there. Yeah, in Europe, you said you're going to Milan, right? Paris, Milan. Yeah, there's money there.
There is, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yo, isn't this funny? Men, especially in America, travel to other countries to find feminine, submissive women who don't care too much about the money. But then these women are traveling to different countries to find men who make money and willing to spend it on them. Yo, this dating shit is going nuts. So, in other words, where she is, because I'm sure wherever she lives, there's rich men, but they don't want her. So her plan is to move to travel to different countries, different cities, to look for rich men in her tax bracket, like she's saying. Yet, I'm sure men in her area are moving out to find traditional feminine submissive women who are not money-minded. Oh my God. So she's a passport sister. We got passport bros and we have passport sisters. But the real question is, who's more likely to find what they want? The man who travels to different countries to find submissive women, or the woman who travels to different countries and cities to find a rich man willing to spend the money? Because it's not just enough because you're rich. They want you to spend the money. Oh my God.
Yeah. And I feel like I need to lose weight as well on my stomach. Do you see
No.
how it's like chunky?
I don't see chunky, no. But if
I
you
feel
want
like
to,
it was-
if
it's
you
like a
want
patch.
to, okay. Do
Skinny
you want
fat?
to tell?
And losing the patch.
Are you working out? Do you work out?
I took Pilates and I run and that's it.
Okay, that's perfect. Then
It's
that
probably
should get you
diet.
the body instantly. Pilates and running, for sure. That should make you leaned out.
It's probably the
It's
diet.
probably what you're eating.
Yep.
Yeah, people you're saying to eat greens, but how do you make the greens to taste good? 'Cause I
Spices.
meal prep. I meal prep like food that I
Seasoning.
want, but like in smaller portions.
So what are some greens that she can eat? You guys.
I actually don't eat. I don't eat vegetables. I know it's insane.
Okay, you don't eat vegetables. So what are you eating for your meal prep?
It's mostly like for example, I'll make like a chia seed in the morning, so that'll be my breakfast. And then I make like banana pancakes. And then I'll have like a little bit of rice because I'm West African as well. So I have like some West African food, but I try and like having little portions. But then I don't really like vegetables, to be honest.
So no protein.
Okay. So what can she do? She doesn't like vegetables, chat. What are
She's not eating protein. Sounds like she's eating lots of carbs. And carbs always go to the stomach. But she's lean enough, better than most women. If you see the collarbones, then she's not in bad shape.
her options? Any suggestions? They're saying smoothies. I'm seeing smoothies.
Have a smoothie.
Okay. Fruits.
Okay.
Fruits and
Okay,
smoothies.
cool. Sorry, that was it. I do have to go back to work. How do I exit? I'm so sorry.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
It's tough out here, man. Shout out to that lady. She's a nice chocolate sister for those of you guys who like them skinny, right? But it's tough out here. She's going to different countries to find rich men who are in high tax bracket. Those are her words, not mine. So men who are willing to spend the money, yet men are going to different countries to find submissive women who are not money minded. Your dating is crazy. Like dating is getting out of hand. It's crazy out here, man. So good luck, guys. Good luck, gentlemen. So if you're a man out there and you have the money willing to spend it, this could be the lady for you. Who knows? All right. So don't forget to subscribe, like, support your boy. Link down below to Ashley's channel. This is going crazy.